Right, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and have you raise your right hand. Either way. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending before the court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, and you can put your hand down and have a seat. If you will go ahead and introduce yourself to the jury, and let's tell the court reporter how to spell your first and last name.
Okay, my name is Stephen Green, Stephengreen.
And where are you currently employed?
In Barrow County School System at Heyman Morris Middle School.
All right, what's your role there?
Assistant principal.
And how long have you been the assistant principal at Heyman Morris?
3 years.
Okay. I'll start by talking a little bit about Heyman Morris. Where is that in relation to Appalachia High School?
Heyman Morris is on top of the hill overlooking Appalachia. We're on the same campus.
Okay. So walking distance?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Okay. And what grades are at Heyman Morris Middle School?
6 through 8.
Is that part of the Barrow County school system?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you working at Heyman Morris on September 4th of
Yes.
2024?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you remember about when you realized something had happened at Appalachia High School that day.
The principal and I were like in the hallway because it was almost time for transition for our kids to their next period. Mm-hmm. And the strategics alert went off on our admin phone. We looked at it because we had just gotten the system, so we were thinking maybe Appalachia was testing it because the school campuses are linked with that emergency system. Okay. But then we realized something was wrong because it kept pinging over and over and over again with alerts, and each alert you get a dot with a name in the school map so you see what's going on. And then at the time we knew that wasn't right, so we sprinted up towards the front of our school to find our SRO to alert him, and we caught him running out through the front of the school, and we went out there with him, and then he told us to put our school on lockdown and don't come out of it until he comes back or somebody comes up to our school system.
And who was that SRO?
Deputy Cook, Matthew Cook.
Okay. And did he go to Appalachia High School at that point?
Yes, ma'am. He sprinted down that hill.
Okay. And did y'all put Heyman Morris on lockdown that day as well?
Yes, ma'am. We put ourselves under lockdown for several hours.
Okay. And I'm going to shift your focus a little bit going back in time. Where did you work before you were with the Barrow County school system?
In Jackson County School System at West Jackson Middle School.
And what was your role there?
Assistant principal.
Okay. And similarly, what grades are at Jackson County Middle School?
6 through 8 grade.
West Jackson.
Yeah, 6 through 8 grade.
So during the during the year of 2022, was Colt Gray enrolled at West Jackson Middle School?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to give you, for your reference, some relevant experts of what's been tendered as State's Exhibit 130, which are Colt Gray's West Jackson Middle School records. I'm just going to go through a few things from there. So, looking at the first page of those records, can you tell us about what the submission date of Colt Gray's registration was for West Jackson Middle School?
Yes, ma'am. February 1st, 2022.
Okay. And who was listed at the time as the parents or guardians of Colt Gray that were in the home?
Marcy Gray and Colin Gray.
All right. Going over to the second page of what you have in front of you, can you tell us what school Colt transferred from?
Yes, ma'am. Ben Hill Middle School. That's in Fitzgerald.
Okay. And you said this was submitted, I think, February 1st of 22. What grade was Colt enrolled into?
6th grade.
Shortly after Colt enrolls in Jackson County, did a Ben Hill social worker contact Jackson County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who documented that?
Teresa Dearman.
And can you tell us what Teresa Dearman's job was?
Yes, Teresa Dearman works like in the central office area for a student information system. So they help us get kids enrolled or find information for us, capture the GTIC numbers if they're coming from another school out of Georgia.
Okay. And referring to that third page you have, which should be a contact narrative, can you tell us, and we'll just do the first part, those first couple sentences, what was documented by Teresa Dearman on February 9th of 2022?
Yes, she documented, yes, we have a new student at WJMS that just enrolled, and the prior school called to confirm he was in school and said they have concerns for the child. Now the social worker from that county has called and left me a message and would like to speak to you.
Okay. Now I'm going to go over to the next page and reference Rachel Duke. Can you tell us what Rachel Duke's job was at the time?
Yes, but Rachel Duke is one of the Jackson County social workers,
Okay.
school social worker.
So did she create a swarm referral for Colin Gray, or I'm sorry, for Colt Gray?
Yes,
And what date did she do that on?
February 9th, 2022.
Okay. And just so we don't get too bogged down in the school system jargon, does SWARM stand for Social Worker Activity and Referral Module
Yes, ma'am.
in this context? And tell me about what kinds of situations lead to a SWARM referral being created.
A swarm will be created like if there's a concern. It could be like housing insecurity, attendance, behavior, trauma,
Okay.
things of that nature.
Gotcha. And I do want to talk a little bit about a couple documented incidents involving Colt Gray during the spring semester of 2022. I'm referring to his behavior detail report on the next couple pages. Can you start by telling us about an incident on March 10th of 2022?
Yes, there's a discipline referral. Colt had drew swastikas in profane language and Nazi and Hitler on a school calculator.
Okay. And what was, I guess, were his parents notified about that?
Yes, but the parent was notified by email because the voicemail was full.
Okay. And what was the consequence for that?
1 day of in-school suspension.
Okay. And then going forward to, that was March 10th, going to March 29th of 2022. Tell us about the incident that was documented that day.
Yes, another referral was written. The student had left the cafeteria without permission. He was supposed to serve silent lunch in the lunchroom, and the teachers went on a hunt to try to find Colt, and it took him about 10 minutes to find his whereabouts. He was actually outside an empty classroom.
Okay. And were his parents notified on that day as well?
Yes, parent was contacted. Yes.
Okay. And what was the consequence in that situation?
1 day of in-school suspension.
All right, and lastly, can you describe an incident that was detailed on April 13th of 2022?
Yes, a student ran into Colt during bus dismissal, and Colt put his hands on the other student, and they started attacking each other, and the teacher had to physically separate them. The teacher spoke with another AP, and they had figured out that the student was mad at Colt for bullying his friend and decided to take matters in his own hands. And Colt felt differently about the cause of the issue and came back at the other student for shoulder checking him.
Okay, so it was a physical altercation between Colt and another student, and what was reported to them was that Colt had been bullying that kid's friend. Is that
That's correct.
Okay. And I'm going to refer you to the last page of that reference material you'll have. Can you tell us when Colt was withdrawn from Jackson County Schools?
Yes, August 24th, 2022.
Okay. I don't have any further questions for you, but Mr. Barry may have a few for you. Thank you.
No question, Jeff. Thank you. All right, thank you, sir.